And we are live. Welcome to my live stream. I am Phil Flock, if you don't know who I am. And we do some visual effects in those live streams, mostly with Blender and After Effects. And in today's live stream, we are going to set Los Angeles on fire, as you could see in the title already. Today's video is going to be a collaboration with Lynn. Well, not today's video, not today's live stream, just the video itself is a collaboration with Lynn. Lynn is a acquaintance of mine. I've actually never met her in person, but my friend Aramis is very close friends with her, and we chatted yesterday about doing a little collaboration. So she actually went to Santa Monica today to record a little footage for me, and now I have to be all creative and do some visual effects on that. And of course I'm not that creative, so I need you guys to help me out with some cool ideas. And make sure when you once you are in this live stream, make sure to say hi and like the live stream so I know that you're in here, and then we can get started. Susie is online, Kang Visual and CG Studio are online. Welcome to my live stream. Susie asks, how long are you online already? And the answer is, I just went online exactly 2 minutes and 10 seconds ago. Vor 2 Minuten und 10 Sekunden bin ich live gegangen. Kang Visual, hey Phil, hey back, hey Kang. CG Pseudo says, yo sub, so what you gonna teach us? We will see if I'm gonna teach you something or you're gonna teach me something with those live streams. That's why I like them so much, is sometimes I show you something and then there's like so many things like you guys show me, and it's a lot of fun. Oh, Allie is online. She says, I can't listen to sound yet, but I wanted to see. Hi, Phil. Yeah, Allie she's in Albuquerque right now. She is working on the show. For everybody who doesn't know who Allie is, let me pull her up real quick. There she is. This is Allie. Yeah, she's working on the show right now. She's like literally on set right now. So thank you for tuning in, though. That's makes me happy. Yeah, this scene we did. We made this scene like 2 live streams ago. Yeah, and in the last live stream we made this scene, and in today's live stream, well, we're gonna see what we make. So I'm just gonna show you the scene we're gonna be working with. It's this one. So she just recorded on her phone, so it's like not the greatest quality, but we're gonna see what we can do with this. So this is Lynn, and Lynn, she lives in Santa Monica actually. And forgot what she's saying there. I should have gotten marshmallows because I told her, hey, I could set Santa Monica on fire, the pier, or maybe a little explosion, something like that. So she actually sent me 2 videos, this one and another one, but I think I'm gonna go with this one. The biggest problem of the scene is that there's like so many people here who are not gonna react to any of this happening. So if we have like a huge fireball behind her going on, nobody's gonna react to it. It's not the greatest, but on the other hand, it's just like a fun project. So there's a few ways around that. Probably the right thing to do is to actually remove all the people here all together. That would be the right thing to do. And I guess I could do that. I definitely have to rotoscope her frame by frame anyways. meaning rotoscoping means cutting her out. Like at least the upper body part of the legs don't really matter, but mostly the upper body I have to cut out frame by frame. She's passing this whole thing because all those effects are going to be behind her. So this this is going to be, just that alone is going to take me like an hour or two of work. That's the thing, if you don't have a green screen, that's what you need to do. But anyways, oh, 11 people are watching. That's cool. Welcome to my live stream. That's a record. I just wanted to check something real quick more about. I just wanted to see something. Yeah, so if you have ideas what I could put here in the background or even foreground, let me know, because I want to make this as collaborative as possible. Yeah. So originally I was thinking big fire in the background, so everything after here, like all those buildings, all that, could be on fire, which is actually funny because then she could have just shot it anywhere. It didn't have to be there. I could have just added everything in post, because to 99% to 90% this shot is going to be all VFX. Like there's nothing real anymore. But yeah, that's how it is. All right. GK Demon 600 says hi back. Welcome to my live stream. Cool. One more thing I wanted to do. All right. Cool. So I guess we can just get started. Clean up one frame and then only roto her out and slap it on the clean plate. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I just clean up whatever frame. I even, like in the other shot. Hold on, where is it? Because it is a tripod shot, so I could just, I don't know if it's the exact same angle. It is a little different, so I can't really use it. So I could just use this where she's not in it, clean all this up. Yeah, I guess I can do that. And so no people in it, and maybe I can CG people in it, or maybe not. Or just like in my last video, put like, it depends if I'm gonna have like her just chilling or like walking. She's just walking and not doing anything, and there's an explode. I would say, yeah, because she's turning around like this. Explosion. She turns around. Oops. Okay. Now she's like, oh, I should have brought marshmallows. Yeah, I think that's the funniest thing. So, because in case you missed that, she's saying in the end here, I don't think I have my, I don't know if you hear what I hear. No, desktop audio is off. Yeah, so she's saying I should have brought got marshmallows or something like that. So, yeah. So in this moment here is going to be an explosion. Second 7. Okay, so let's just start with that. I'm going to go to Photoshop and clean up all the background. So CG Studio, you've already been very helpful. New file. This is, I think the resolution is 1920 1080. Okay, let's get the video in here. Great timeline. I'm gonna go to the very last frame when she's out. to make a clean plate out of this. Maybe the people on the left are gonna be gone. The bird is better also be gone. Okay, no bird. Okay, this is good. This is not bad. So now I just have to remove all those people. I wonder if like all those new AI tools, if those can actually help with that. I've never really used them. Let me just try here. Zack, generative fill. Do I have to click anything? Yeah, I agree. Just I don't know. Remove. Is that how it works? Oh, that does take a quite. Oh, it did work though. Nice. Great. I wonder how many at once I can select, or do I have to go person by person, or remove? Do I have to even type in remove? I really never used this before. I always do those things by hand. Yeah. So if you guys, oh, Jasmine is back. Welcome to my live stream. Good morning from Germany. You missed the beginning of this beautiful live stream. So the cool thing is, it doesn't really matter what it looks like because nobody's going to pay attention to that, and it's going to be all on fire anyways. I just have to get rid of everybody. Okay, let's get rid of most of the obvious people. So everybody who just joined my live stream who doesn't have any idea what I'm doing here, I have to remove all those people from my shot because I'm gonna set Los Angeles on fire. Not Los Angeles. I'm gonna set Santa Monica Pier on fire, or like a little explosion. Who knows? It's gonna be great. Hopefully. There's so many ways to do that. I didn't mean to do that. There's so many ways to do this explosion, and I probably should go with the easiest one, but I think I have to focus. I think I'm gonna use Embergen for that. You saw me using Embergen in my last video. Let me pull this up again. Here, this fire here I made was Embergen. I'm gonna make this explosion the same way. But before we do all the fun stuff, we do have to set things up first. Like removing those people. It is not very exciting, I know, and I'm sorry, but that's why I'm here to entertain you guys, or rather, that's why you're here to entertain me. So I don't have to be bored. So if you have something interesting to say, now is the time. 1 second. And this guy or girl, this works very good. It's a little annoying that I always have to wait for like 10 seconds, but it is cool that it works like that. Du hast immer verrückte Ideen. Jasmine says you always have crazy ideas. I don't even know how I thought of this. I don't even know why I talked to Lynn about this, but we're talking. Oh, I think she saw either this video or she saw one of those videos. She saw I think she saw, yeah, I think she saw this one, and she was like, I want something like that too. And I was like, okay, let's do something. I'm making those on a daily basis. I can just include that in one of my videos or live streams. So so I asked her, so where do you live? Because I assumed I actually have to go there and film something for her, but she's actually um uh I lost my train of thoughts. She's actually capable of recording her own footage, so I didn't have to go anywhere, so easier for me. Um Easier for me. You thought what was real? This thing? No, this thing is fully CG. Yeah, only her is real. Yeah, I made this in a live stream a few live streams ago. Yeah, like recently, I started doing more live streams, and I kind of starting to like that, because doing visual effects and editing is such a what do you call that, lonely process, that to hang out with people and do that kind of together is kind of more fun than doing it alone. You can see how bad the quality is of the video. Like, you can barely read any of this. Yeah. Oh, you have to keep bounding box in Photoshop smaller than 1024, or the output would be pixelated. Well, I imported it in the resolution like the video was shot, I believe. I don't think it was shot in 4K. Let me double check. But where is it? No, it's that resolution. Okay, a few more. This is actually way less painful than I thought it's gonna be. So the real painful part is gonna be to rotoscope her frame by frame and put the effects behind her. But I got time. It's no problem. It doesn't look that great, but it's fine. Okay. Huh. This little guy was hiding. He thought he can what is it called? Photo. What's the word? Photo. When you're like jumping into a picture. Photo bang? Photo boom? Photo. Americans out there, help me out. What is it called? Anyways, this guy, I have to get rid of him. Yeah. Do I even have to type in remove? What happens if I just hit enter? Yeah, I don't even have to type in anything. Well, I just learned something. Okay. There's still so many people here. I'll just... all of them. Let's just hope AI is gonna solve all my problems. Yeah, I don't know how long I'll be streaming for today. It's like already kind of late. I meant it about when you are using the lasso to select area for regenerate. Oh, it did remove it. Yeah, now nobody's there anymore. Cool. What is this thing here? Yeah, so my idea is, yeah, so I'm gonna use this as the background of the video, and I'm gonna use her as the foreground of the video, and all the visual effects I'm gonna do are gonna be like the middle ground, like behind her and the photo. It's gonna be the effects. And the cool thing is, I didn't even ask her to do that, but the cool thing is that I have all those guidelines in my shot, which are going to help me to align the shot in Blender so I can align my perspective, my camera. So this is awesome. Okay, cool. It looks clearly. Looks clear. Yeah. So a few problems we're gonna have is like those flags are not moving anymore, so I might have to bring those back from the video. Just like this Ferris wheel also. CG Pseudo says, have you tried F-Spy? It would be lifesaver in this type of videos for aligning perspective. Yes, I have been using F-Spy, but I also have Perspective Plotter. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's basically the same thing like F-Spy, but it's inside of Blender. So I'm gonna use that in a second. I hope it's gonna work fine. But this shot again, it's pretty simple. It's like one line, and I need like some horizontal lines like this, and this. That's it. That's all I need. Okay, let me save this. Quick export as PNG. Did I make a folder for that yet? I don't think so. I have a few people in the comments here I haven't seen before. When did you guys subscribe to my channel? Are you guys oh, actually I have Lynn VFX. There it is. Lynn VFX background. Like, how did you find me is my question. Like, from what video or what platform? Like, yeah. How did you find my channel? I find that always fascinating how people find me. Okay, save that. Blender experiment, Lynn VFX, Lynn background, Photoshop. Okay, cool. Now we're gonna go into Blender. We're gonna open up Blender, and where the real magic is gonna happen. All right. So how does it work again? I have perspective plotter here. Yeah, I have my camera selected, plot perspective. Now I need to bring in an image. Do I do that here? No, I guess I do that in the regular camera settings. Background images, add image, open. Let me save my file first, because then everything else is gonna align. Lynn VFX. Lynn VFX. Okay, 'cause then everything else is gonna align. Lynn VFX. 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 save. Okay, open. Okay, here it is. This is my image, but it's the orientation is not alright. Background unmatched. I just click on this. Now my background is matched. So you've been talking about F-Spy. This is my F-Spy. This is basically the same thing. Works the same way, but in inside of Blender. So I don't need F-Spy anymore. I was doing something. Oh yeah, view. Turn this off. Okay, so I can zoom in and out. So go in perspective plotter, and okay, I have to align my things. I think Y is the Y-axis, so I'm gonna pick 2 points, this and this. For everybody who has absolutely no idea what I'm doing here, I'm trying to align the perspective of my camera. So I'm gonna try to find lines, perspective lines in my picture, and once those are aligned, then my camera in my scene is also going to be aligned. Yeah, CG Studio perspective plotter is awesome, and here it even says inspired by F-Spy. F-Spy is a free standalone camera matching application which can be used with other 3D tools, and even a link to download F-Spy. But I think I actually paid money for perspective plotter, so it's not free, but it's definitely I love it. It's helpful. But it's basically the same thing. The only difference is that I can do that inside of Blender. I don't have to go back and forth with F-Spy. Yeah, I'm gonna just use one of those. This plank. Now I need another one of those. It's someone in the back. Let's take this one. Do you also have to es bittet immer so lieb, doch auch deine Videos anzuschauen. PS, bin beim 21. September 2018 angelangt. Instagram. Yeah, Susie, she was so cute that she went through my entire Instagram and liked all of the posts. Yeah, yesterday I looked at my phone and I got like one notification after the other. Yeah, that's what happened yesterday. CG Suda, do you also have the issue that sometimes your perspective is right, but it's just upside down for no reason? It's weird, right? Sup, flockers. Matt's in the house. All right. You know what I always find fascinating about these things? That the focal length is like so exact. I just did like all those lines here, and this is an iPhone lens, and it is exactly 26 millimeter, and that's just magical how the software knows that. Anyways, World Center manual. Now my job here is done. Now I can add all kinds of effects to this, and this is gonna be perfectly aligned. For example, let me show you an example. The beautiful thing is also a very overcast shot. So I'm not going to plot that perspective anymore. So let's say this is my origin. I'm just going to put a cube here. And this cube is going to be perfectly on the ground. So I'll just show you an example. I'll make a cube. Also, I'm going to make a ground. Okay. This ground here is just going to be there for like shadows. So I'm going to go here in my material settings, some visibility, and call it shadow catch. And now when I show this thing, and let's give it a light, like just so you have an idea what I just did here. And just a point light here. So now when I render this, I guess I have to put it in the background image, but the idea is that I could add any object here and it's perfectly aligned. I can even animate this if I want to. I just have to go to the compositor real quick, use nodes, and yeah, use the background image also. And the viewer and image, and let's open the image here, Lynn background PNG. Yeah. Comments. What about the third vanishing point? Yes, I could also have a third vanishing point, but most of the time it's not necessary. I don't really need it. But yes, there is a third vanishing point. Let me just go back to it. Let's get rid of this, and let's get rid of this, so I can show you about the third vanishing point. Here, I can set it to 3, and now I have my z-axis, and I can have a vanishing point which goes from up to down. So I try to be as exact as possible. But the cool is with this technique in general, I can make 3D scenes out of images, and not just stuff like that, like any 3D scenes. Like any image, I can make it a 3D scene, or even objects. I can make a photo of an object, I can make it 3D. Alright. Now I'm using a third vanishing point also, because Matt asked so nicely. I know, I used to do this in Maya manually. It's the worst thing anybody could ever ask me to. I have hated this from death. This from death of my heart. It's funny. Yeah. Anywho, this part is done. May I move on, Matt? And all of this, the whole goal of this is just to align this camera. So if I just did this, rotated it or moved it, I would mess it all up. So just to bring this camera to the right position, that's what we did all this for. Okay. Now let's move on. Let me delete the cube and the plane I made before. So we're going to start from scratch, because what I need to do is just model my scene a little. And it doesn't have to be exact. It just has to be more or less. So I'm going to bring the ground here and make it the kind of the size of, you know, the wooden planks. And I'm mostly looking up here. I don't really pay attention to this scene down here. And now I can scale it long. Schöne Uhr. Are you trying to tell me that it's late? Okay, so this is the ground now. Beautiful. Yeah, and have it right attached to the edge of this. Just a little more to the right. My brother, he's quoting my dad right now. Every time when you're up late, when we were kids, he would just come in your room and say "schöne Uhr," which means nice clock, telling me that it's late. I should go to bed. Yeah, but I'm not going to bed. I'm going to be working on this beautiful scene here. In case I didn't explain myself what I'm doing here properly, I'm trying to model my scene a little. Not perfectly, but just enough. Because I don't know what I'm going to need from this. Yeah, and yeah, but most importantly, like I said, it's like what I'm doing here is just for mostly like for reflections and stuff like that. So my camera is like here. Okay. So if I have like fire and stuff like that going on in the background, I obviously have to have a reflection in my wood, you know, and maybe shadows if something's falling, because I still am not 100% sure what I'm gonna do with this scene, but I think I'm gonna just make an explosion, because you guys, you didn't tell me anything else. There was no input, so shame on you. No input, but yeah. So I'm just gonna model this very roughly. I think just like that. So here in the far back, this is where all the action is going to be happening. So I think, because I don't want to model all this, I'm gonna have this huge fire explosion going on behind all this. So I'm gonna mask all of that in After Effects in post. Marshmallow Metroid. That's the best idea I've ever heard. Ever. You should have a UFO lower itself through the clouds like in the Arrival movie. I could do that too. That'd be cool. It's like this one scene we did with Aramis. That was good stuff. Where's my... Oh boy, it's hitting me right now. I'm getting tired. Like, already. It's too early. Where is this thing? Did I never post this here? Hmm. Here, in this scene. Basically, like that. You don't even need to do a cloud sim. So how would you do that? It's just masking the clouds and it's just coming out of it. I could do that, I guess. But the cool thing is that I have two different scenes. Depth map. And what do I do with the depth map? Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, I think I want to do something with explosions. Look at this, man. This is so cool. While I have you here, Matt, before you go to bed, just to make this slower and bigger, I could just increase the size of the domain, right? That would do the trick. The voxel size. No, I have to divide it by 4. Ich habe doch null Ahnung von Computer. Was für Input soll ich geben? It's not about knowledge about the computer. It's about being creative. What cool things could we make? I need to increase the size of the domain. Times 2. Times 2. And times 2. Shoot. Easy to just change the timestamp. Yeah, I can already feel how my well, the computer doesn't like that. Let me start this one over. gas explosion. Don't save. How much room do I need? I need a lot of room. So I definitely need to increase the size of the domain, but only like towards like Z mostly. That is so satisfying. Look at this. This is a beaut. It's a beaut. And the timestamp, is that under time control? This thing. That'll do. So that would be like the shot. It would basically be like this. It's like very far in the distance. Smack. It's a bit too slow, isn't it? That is too slow. I definitely think the domain has to be taller. So times 2. I feel like it's too slow. What do you think, man? Susi. Super Idee. Finde ich gut. Susie said to have 2 cars crash into each other. It could be like a tank, like a gas, you know, like a truck, like a fuel truck. The thing is, this is not a street. It looks like a street, but cars don't drive here. This is like a. It's just for like for pedestrians. Just wonder, is that too slow, Match? I feel like it's too slow. Depends on what it's going to be in 3D space. It's going to be like far in the distance, like this thing is going to be like that's the Santa Monica Pier, yeah. So this here is going to explode. I was thinking the Ferris wheel, like right behind here. I don't know how far that is. 100 meters, 300 meters, something like that. This thing, I don't know how tall this thing is. Abstürzender Hubschrauber. Jasmine said a crashing helicopter. You're assuming the replay is not in real time. I think it is in real time, actually. I don't have any... It doesn't say anywhere that it's... Play the footage, you said. This here is not footage. This is just a photo. You missed the beginning of the video. The footage is actually this stuff. So she's going to be walking away from this, and eventually, bam, it explodes. And she's going to be like Oh man, I should have brought the marshmallows. I should have brought some marshmallows because it's fire. It's funny. Um, yeah. So out of this, I removed all the people from the shot in Photoshop because the people don't react to the explosion because obviously there was no explosion. So that's what I was doing. Okay. So I could have an airplane or something crash into the background. I mean, why not? Because I do have the time. She's like walking for a while. Let me play this again. So she's just walking. I could have a plane. Yeah, but the thing is, if I actually use like a plane, it's just too real, and I want this thing to be funny. That it's obvious that it's like an effect, and I'm not making fun of people dying on a plane crash, because it's a very sad thing, I think. um, I don't know. It's definitely doable just having a plane crash in there. But first things first, the fire. Let's just hope it's the right speed. Meteor impact. It's also an option. Oh my ass. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with this one. But I think I'm gonna need some fire afterwards. Like starting here. We have emitter volume particle. I need the volume. Does the volume do anything? Emission. Okay, Matt is going to bed. Two things I want to see in the final thing. Foreground objects for some good sandwiching and nice shockwave. Okay, copy that. Put the photo in the background, and please look up some reference. I don't want to hear. I don't know tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Those shockwaves are always pretty crazy. I don't know how to put the picture in the background. I don't know how to use Emergen. I'm sure there's a way. We'll need to look up video scene. Display. I'm sure there is somewhere here. There's like a thing being like import background image. Probably somewhere here, but I don't know. But what I was actually doing, I need to. Because this is obviously an explosion. But I also want some fire here. Like, that after the explosion, stuff is burning. And that's usually a volume. Particles usually make an explosion. A volume makes stuff burn. Good night, Matt. See you tomorrow. Your channel is underrated, bro. I couldn't agree more. But on the other hand, I also have no idea what I'm doing, so fuck. Oops, I shouldn't say fuck. Let's just stick without the fire for now, and I can always add the fire separate. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna export a VDB file. I just need to see how long my video actually is. So let me just bring this into After Effects, because then I know exactly how many frames I need. Your channel is underrated, bro. 734 videos and only 8K subscribers is crazy. Let me tell you something about that. Most of those videos are shorts, and often I just repost them repost them. So it's not really 700 videos. Second of all, until a few months ago, I only had like 1,000 subscribers. And just one video blew up my channel, and I got like 8,000 or 7,000 subscribers through that, which I am very happy about. So I know you say only 8K subs only, but for me it's a big success. I'm very happy about that, and I'm very happy about each one of them. There's a bomb under the bridge. There could be a bomb under the bridge. It's true too. Then VFX. What am I doing? Oh, the video. Which one is it? I think it's the first. Yeah. Okay. Here I can see now how many frames I have. I told her specifically to not what is it? To not record in 60 frames per second. But I think she did. Properties. Let me see. Details. Yeah, she's shot in 60 frames per second. There's one thing I asked her. Don't do this. She did it. So now obviously those frames are wrong. Well, let's just go from seconds, because I'm not gonna export in 60 frames. That'd be crazy. So it's 24 seconds. But I think I wanted to start here when she starts walking. So like, let's say 1 second in. That's where I'm gonna start the video. Oh, and I subscribed to your channel after watching that reel, and cheers to your sacrifice. The work in it was marvelous. I would like to learn how you integrate all those debris and fire. Cheers to your sacrifice. Which one was that? Like I said, I upload them all the time and re-upload them. Cheers to your sacrifice. Which one could it be? Nothing with the coke, huh? What happened? Guy sitting on throne. Oh yeah, of course. That's Aramis. I think. Yeah, I like to upload this one because that one took me a lot of time to make. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Cheers to your sacrifice. It's somewhere here. There it is. Cheers. Cheers, sacrifice. Yeah, we actually shot a bunch of scenes in the green screen like this in his outfit, and I wanted to make more, like him fighting dragons and stuff like that, and never got around to do it. But now that I have my new bad boy, my computer, and Emergen, I could have like dragon fire and all that. I still want to do that, so I will. But yeah, that one took me a very long time to make, but I'm very happy about the result. Obviously, if I had a better computer back then, I could have rendered in a better resolution and stuff like that, but I'm still happy about it. A few things I don't like is like the fire. All the fire you can see, it's all the same video. But hey, I'm still learning. I make mistakes. The latest one when you're sitting outside the burning house is badass. Gives me ideas for my ex. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, the thing with after my girl broke up with me is just like a running joke. It's like I always do stupid stuff when my ex-girlfriend breaks up with me. But obviously I would never do such a thing. But yeah, that video I made in my last live stream. It's up here. That thing. That's the thing. I could spend more time on it and make it perfect, but if I try to make every scene I make perfect, I would make one scene a year, and I want to make more. Okay, so this is the video. It's exactly 23 seconds long, 23:11. Calculator. 23 times 24, 552 frames. That's what I need. And not 1300. That's because I'm going to be exporting in 24 frames, not in 60 frames. Yeah. Let's do... It's half a second longer, so let's do 570. Okay? 570 frames is what we need for this VDB. So 570. Start on frame 1. And this is all right. Because I need to, what I'm doing here is like I need to export this as a VDB so I can import it into Blender so I can use it. Okay. Okay, I have to make a folder because VDBs also render as a sequence, like an image sequence, but a VDB sequence. So I'm going to call this VDB sequence. And I always recommend when you make those, like after you're done, delete them because they're huge file sizes. Speaking of, I uploaded a video today. New tutorial is online. You should go check it out because it's a lot of fun. I had a good time making it, and you definitely should check it out. It's about cloth simulations and this whole Back to the Future effect. So definitely go check it out. I'm proud of this one. Okay. I'm just gonna save this thing. Cancel. Hold on. So now exporting this VDB is gonna take around 3 minutes, maybe 4. So now we're gonna go back to Blender and we can continue our scene here. Again, not much has happened and not much has to happen, because if I only gonna have this explosion here in the background, the real work is gonna be in After Effects to rotoscope her out while she's walking away. But as Matt said, we need to look at references. So we're gonna go on Google and go on huge explosion footage. Because when we look at these, that shows us what it actually looks like. Unfortunately, those people always are afraid, and isn't it scary? So this is what this stuff actually looks like. And see this shockwave as well, what he was talking about. So yeah, I would need to add something like this too. Alright, mate, I'm out for the night. Good seeing you. Live streaming super late here. It would be cool to animate something on one of these projects with you. Something super crazy. Have a good night. You have a good night too. Yeah, I'd love to collaborate on something. You know where to find me. Have a good night. Yeah, a big part of being a VFX artist is looking at references like that. It's like you do that all the time to see what it actually looks like in real life. You saw that? Hold on. This shockwave. Even the soldiers are getting scared. Yeah, this is it is scary stuff. Getting goosebumps actually looking at stuff like that. Disturbing footage, yeah. Yeah. Stop talking. Show me the good stuff. See this, all this dust? So that's basically what I would need to make too. Well, my explosion is not that gigantic, but scary. Yeah, so that's something I would need to do to this stuff too. Let me see how far my Imogen is. One more minute. Yeah, and after that, I'm gonna make another one, another explosion, but just a shockwave, and then I'm gonna add both of those two together. You should see VDB size created by Houdini. The time and size it takes to really one hell of a pain. Yes, same in Blender. I mean, Houdini is actually pretty good with making simulations like that. Blender is not as great, but it still works. You can still get some great results. But with Imogen, it's like a whole different world. I've never seen anything like that. How fast you can get great results. It feels like cheating, to be honest. Yeah, so yeah, when I look at this, because most of it is gonna be like compositing, I'm just gonna add this explosion here. I'm gonna light this, of course. I'm gonna use like some kind of sky texture, HDRI. Let's go to the asset browser, HRI, outdoor, nature. Like this actually looks pretty perfect. Something like that. It's like the sky, no direct sunlight. This could work. I don't need the point light anymore. Yeah. The Emergent is cheat code for simulation. And really, I looked at some interviews how they can achieve that, and all those softwares, Blender, Houdini, they could do that too, but all those simulations, you simulate them with what is it called, with the processor, with the motherboard, instead of your GPU. And that's the only difference. Like Emergent is using your GPU to render or like to simulate those simulations. That's why it's so much faster. Hey Phil, good morning. I'm Heiko from Instagram. We have sent a few messages back and forth. Great to see you live for the first time. Welcome, Heiko, to my live stream. It is an honor to have you here. Thank you so much. And I also especially appreciate that when people, which English is not their first language, they are here trying to be message in English. I know it's not easy. It's definitely not easy for me to live stream in English. It's like my third language, but we all have to do what we have to do. Lots of people also tell me, why don't you do your content in German? But the main reason is I didn't move across the world to make German content. It's I find that ridiculous. I do my best. Sorry. No, your English is perfect. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. It's just like it's very brave, and I appreciate that. I'm not saying your English is bad. No. Um Gottes Willen, Heiko. Anyways, let's continue here. So we just rendered this explosion here for Heiko, who hasn't seen the explosion yet. One more time for you. This is the explosion we're working with right now. I can't wait to have like a shot like in the desert, like in like a 360, like a Matrix turnaround, that kind of stuff. So many things I want to do. No time for none of that. Okay, now the plan is to bring this explosion in here. We save because it might crash. So I'm gonna Shift A. I'm gonna import the volume. It's a volume. Import Open VDB. VDB sequence. Yeah, that's the one. And I'm gonna sort it by name. Select all of it. Import. Okay. Now we're gonna see if we see anything. There it is. That's my explosion. It's very possible that we're not gonna see it here, because for multiple reasons. Okay, let's go to view. Make sure our view is far enough that we can look far enough. That's always the first indicator. Also in the camera, because here we're looking through the camera, here we don't. So on the camera, we can only see 100 meters. See, when I increase this number here, I can actually look further. So this is another one. Okay, right now this explosion is just too big. So I don't want it that big. I want it like this size. Like maybe we're gonna see how it feels when it's like in comparison with our Ferris wheel, how big it feels. Yeah, because simulation is based mostly on calculation. That's why you have to get CPU. CPU is better in calculations, and GPU is better in rendering. That's why I bought three R9 7950 X16 core 32 threads, but I still ordering RTX 3060 12 GB for graphics card. Yeah, I told you. I mean, maybe you don't know. On my new computer, I have a 4090 now, which I'm very excited about. That's why I can work on those things like so smoothly. But yeah, right now that doesn't look very pretty for multiple reasons. It doesn't have a material, so in cycles we're probably not gonna see anything at all. So I'm gonna go to Object, have my smoke, my VDB selected, give it a new material. And yeah, I have two different things. I have density and I have flames. So what I need to do is, first of all, anisotropy 0.6, density is fine. Under temperature, it's not that temperature, it's flames. Now it already should have some flames. If it doesn't, that means that I just need to increase the black body density. And maybe crank the temperature by a lot. There it is. There is my fire. Let's do 10,000. Maybe a little more. Let's do 20,000. Go back to the camera, making sure that I actually can see far enough. I should. My image should be in the back. One more thing, I have to go to my I'm gonna keep this off, motion blur on. Let's motion blur on before I forget later. Transparent on. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to be hard to imagine how fast or how big it actually has to be. But looks cool. Maybe it has to be denser. Well, hold on. I'm not in cycles, so of course. That's what it looks like right now. I still have my guy in here just as a placeholder. Yeah, I might need this explosion to be bigger. Yeah, there's like so many different settings you have to remember. Oh, like for example, the calculator. How much was it? 570? Do you guys remember what number I had here? I think it was 570. 570. 570. I should know that because I had it in Embergen. Yeah, 570. Excuse me. 570. What later was the damage at the building? Is Blender calculate this, or you have to make it by your own? If I want to destroy those buildings, I have to do that myself. It's not going to happen automatically because those buildings here are just an image. They are not 3D or anything. So if I want to destroy them, which is a big if because I don't think I will because it's just too much work. What I am gonna do though is I'm gonna add a shockwave, which is just gonna come towards the camera, which is gonna just obscure all of that a little, just to keep to make it a little easier on me. Then if I still have to break some objects, then I still can. Objects like buildings and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. I think this is pretty cool. And if I want this flame to be brighter, just increase this number. I probably won't. And let's try to have this bigger. Now, this thing here though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a material, image texture, connect this with the base color, open, it's going to be Lynn background. So this is just going to be the picture, and I'm going to project it from window. So now I can give this extra roughness. It can be reflective and whatnot. So the cool thing is, like here, what that looks like, it doesn't matter. This is what matters. So now if I make this a shadow catcher, let's make this a shadow catcher. So all the light and all this is going to be reflecting in my thing here. For example, I'm gonna put a cube in here. And let's give this cube also material. Let's make it like very reflective. And you can see, only 1 second, flat, repeat, mirror. Okay. And now you can see when I move this around a little, that reflects perfectly my environment. You see, this is like the ground, as if I had a mirror here. And that's exactly what I want, because if I had any objects here, like that, and I want them to interact with each other. Okay, so that's why it's important. Heiko asked, what is it? Oof, this is a lot of work. Yes, it is. It is a lot of work. How fast does Blender work with your PC? Very good. Like right now, I have an explosion, which is like very heavy on a computer, but I still, like, at least in solid mode, I still can look at it, which is not bad. Let me increase the density here. Yeah, which is not bad. I can look at this. I can look at it in Eevee. In Cycles, I obviously can't fully look at it the way it's going to be, but close enough. Maybe I just can't do that. Let's go to 0. I'm just so surprised that it's like transparent in the middle. It shouldn't be. Let me render an image just to see if that's the actual effect, or is it just like a... No, it looks fine here. It looks perfect here, so not worried. And see, I just rendered it. Took 3 seconds to render this, and it's a huge scene, you know. On my old computer, which is over there right now, it's this, to render this, it would have taken at least like 10 minutes or so, 5. So yeah, I just bought this new computer, and that got me into big financial trouble, but it's definitely worth it, because, you know, I bought this computer, then I had to pay taxes. Like yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before, I went to the dealership, to my car shop, to fix my car. Not to fix my car, I just needed an oil change, $60, all good. But then they were like, you know what, you need new tires. And I just bought a $7,000 computer. I don't have money for tires. But then they were like, no, you really need new tires. It's dangerous what you're doing here. It's like, okay, fine. How much is it? $2,000. So I just had to spend $2,000 I didn't have on car stuff. And that's just very annoying. So I just hope this computer is going to pay for itself, that I'm going to get new clients, and that I can work and make some money back. So that's my story. What's yours? Speaking of money, make sure to like this video, this live stream, like it, so more people can see it, because that's going to help me to get into the YouTube algorithm, and that's going to pay me, and I can pay my car stuff with that. I'm sorry, I don't mean like whining about that kind of stuff, but it's just stuff which just happened to me. Same, I bought my CPU, now I only have $200 in my account. Yeah, that's how it is, unfortunately. Okay, what I need now, new projects. Let's go in new projects. I need a shockwave. Smoke. So the cool thing is that it has lots of presets already, which I can use when it has a rainstorm. So I can just start with one of them and go from there. Yeah, this is a shockwave, for example. I can start with this. Oh, that is actually the one I used for my desert scene. So, but I don't need a volume here. I need this to be an emitter. Let me just volume particles. emits to emitter. Yeah, I think I messed something up because usually when you click on those things, I would get exactly this here. Don't save. But what I have here is what I made out of this before. So I think I overrode the presets, which is bad. Oops. Heiko has to leave now. My best buddy have her bachelor party today, and we're gonna go now to surprise him with a trip to the Cologne, Cologne, to the city. Yeah, you have fun. Thank you for coming in, and have fun at your bachelor party. Don't drink too much. Oh, you meant $20, not $200. That's a shame. That's not a lot of money. I hope. How are you gonna pay rent and stuff like that if you only have $20 in your account? Maybe tricky. How about you give me those $20? I feel like I can use them better than you. Okay. Emitter volume. So I'm gonna increase this by a lot. So I'm gonna do this, increase this. You are 21. Does that mean that you don't have to pay rent? Okay, so that definitely goes in the right direction. I want like one shockwave, then it stops. But the wind has to be stronger, so I'm gonna on simulation, wind kills, no, wind speed, let's go 10. Maybe even 20. It's just a lot of try and error. Go back to 10. So let me adjust the camera. So the camera is going to be like something like this. Okay, smoke rate. So this and this. Just one boost of smoke. Yeah, something like that. That works. But now it just has so much texture. Or hold on. Instead of going to 0, I'm gonna have it go to 1. One is too high, but you know what I'm trying to do here is just to have some kind of smoke still going on, just for a little bit. Yeah, something like that. And that also I need for not 750, 570 frames. So I'm gonna file path. I need a new file path. Lynn VFX VDB wave. Yeah, I think I need to after I'm done with all this, I need to reinstall Embergen because I overrode a few of those presets and I don't want to do that. So yeah. So now I'm just gonna export this and it'll take 2 minutes. Perfect. Because then I'm gonna have this explosion, but also a dust wave coming towards the camera. CG Pseudo says, oh, I'm living with my parents, but I do work as freelance video, and living cost is low in India. Oh, I see. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, cost of living in LA is pretty high. But it's good, you have for like all that kind of stuff, you have a very good computer, and I'm sure you can do extraordinary work. Like if you can get hired by LA Productions and live in India, you can save and make a lot of money. Yeah. Yeah. What are you saying? Yeah, the amount of money clients pay for your work is also low in India. Yeah, you just have to pretend that you're not in India. Just pretend that you are like in Europe or America or something like that. Then you can charge American money. As long as your skills are on point. You know, if you do mediocre work, then you can't charge that much money. But if I can charge a lot of money, then why can't you? But also, I don't I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, never been in India. I don't know how it is to work in India. I have my friend. He works for, excuse me, Bollywood movies, and as a stunt coordinator. And I don't know. Do you know Jacqueline Fernandez? Jacqueline Fernandez is a friend of ours. We worked in a few films together, and she is, I think, very famous in India. Um, yeah, we shot a film together here in Hollywood a few years ago. I haven't seen her in a long time. But yeah, Jacqueline Fernandez. I don't know if she's still popular in India, but yeah, she's great, great person. Yeah, how's that going? Done? Okay. Damn, she's popular as hell. Yeah, she's, I figured. Yeah, we shot I have a short version of the film somewhere here. Let me see. Infant Cinema. By the way, everybody who doesn't know, Infant Cinema, this is my filmmaking channel. This is where I upload all my short films. And somewhere here, I have There she is. Jacqueline Fernandez. There she is. She's beating up a bunch of people. This is Darren. She's pretending to be a dancer. Hold on. And now she's killing a bunch of people. Yeah, I shot this thing. This is BJ. But with this group, we basically play soccer every week. This is Travis. Travis Beach Boy. He also has 1 million followers. He has 1 million followers. He has 200,000 followers on what is it? YouTube. Aramis Merlin. Yeah. This is Alan. He gets hit by a car a lot. He's our stunt guy. Every time we have like a hard hit or something, Alan is our guy who does it. Now some girl and girl action. Yeah, I don't want to spoil the entire thing, but yeah. It was fun. Good times shooting this thing. Where was I? Oh yeah, I have to import, what is it? She was sensation of a time. Many of would sim for her, who is her greatest fan. I love it. Yeah. Like when she followed me on Instagram, you know, and we did all those posting together and all that. Lots of Indian people were like, "Hey, can I have her number? Can I do this? Can I do that?" But of course, I can't give someone else's number to strangers. Of course, I can't do that. So, but yeah. Again, great person. Now I need to put this shockwave in here. Import volume, import VDB, wave, there it is, suck, import this whole thing. It's too big, too many veins, there we go. Okay, I just need it to come into the camera. Now I also need to give it a material, and actually I can just give it the same material like this VDB. I think so. I think it can be the same VDB material. I'm just gonna call it that. And this is gonna be the same one, VDB material. I might have to give it a different material because this might be too strong, too dense. Let me move it a little to the left. Yeah. Still don't really understand why it's so transparent. Is it like, let me see the VDB section. Clipping, is it the clipping? It's not the clipping. Yeah, still so many things I just don't understand in Blender. But yeah, that's why I have to practice a lot. So one day I'm gonna understand everything, or not everything, but a lot. Like it makes no sense. Why is it cut off? Makes no sense. Clipping start. It can't be this. Some kind of clipping issue. I have it in every single render view. But when I render it, it looks fine. Yeah. When I render it, it's like nice and dense. Makes no sense. But that's how it be. Sequence frames. But I do have a feeling I have to give it a new material. Maybe B2. Because the settings just have to be a little different. Can't be as dense. 0.5. Again, it would be nice if I could actually see. I don't need temperature here. And it's going to be 0 intensity, black body intensity. I don't need because I don't have any fire there. It's just a shockwave. So it's gonna be tricky because I have to see it. Is it oh, that can be it. Is that it? Is it the background image maybe? Let me turn off the background image. Yeah, that's also a big part of like editing, VFX, stuff like that, is just troubleshooting, trying to figure out what is going on, what is wrong, why is this happening to me? Why, Lisa? Why is this happening to me? It's the room reference. But yeah. What was I doing? Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to check. Camera settings. If it has something to do with my background image. Yep, it does. Front, back, width, crop, stretch, opacity. Okay, so it does have something to view as render. Okay, cool. Now we got this. Okay. Now I'm happy. So we see the explosion. Now it's like, just have to look if it's like actually touching the ground perfectly. Because I don't want it to float, I want it to be on the ground. It looks like it is. Finally, I can work. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay, so now when I look at this, I can see the explosion here in the back. but there's like so much smoke going on that I can barely see the explosion. So what I need to do is, let me just turn off this smoke layer so I can only see just the explosion smoke. What a beaut. It looks good. No, I actually hope it's not too fast. Might be too fast. The thing is, if it is too fast, I'll just render it again. Not today, but eventually. So if I want more fire, then I can be like, okay, you know what? Give me more fuel, more temperature, make it hotter. Now, bomb. Can also be like, emission is like, no, emission is for the entire thing. I don't want that. 0.6. Now I can have the smoke like dense. It's only backlit. I don't know what that does. Emission color. Does that do anything? Nope. Tint. Oh yeah, here I can color the fire the way I want it. If I want a pink color, I can do that. But I want like something like this. Okay. Just render it solo, then we can comp it in After Effects, I suppose. Yeah, I definitely gonna do that, but that also is gonna take a while, right? Well, not just solo, because I do need like the shadows and all that from my plane, because when I have this stuff coming in towards the camera, it does interact with everything. So but that is definitely the stuff. It's too dense. 0.1. 0.01. Point 0.05. That's might be too strong. Yeah. And you know, the tricky part is to imagine what it's going to look like when it's done, because all of this is going to be cut out. Most of the explosion right now we wouldn't even see, because shockwave, let me turn this off. Gas explosion, because it's like behind those buildings. It's going to be behind those buildings, in front of the Ferris wheel. So really just this part is going to be visible, so I might even have to make it a little bigger. That's fine. No, it's fine. It's perfect. But again, this might be too dense. 0.03. 0.02. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to add like a some kind of foreground objects. It could be a sign. Just look for a sign from Blender Kit. Because I always like to stack things. Stop sign. Welcome to something what doesn't really stand out. First, but also it should look real. Most of those things look pretty CG. No smoking is not bad. Stop sign. Let me try this. You can also try Sketchfab plugin. Yeah, I actually thought about it because I do use Sketchfab a lot. So now I can just put the stop sign here. Just like somewhere outside the frame. Feels too big, but can be even a little closer to the camera. And the cool thing is, it does reflect and all that with my environment already, because that's how I set up the textures. I even have it like here, like here. Just need to look at the original shot. That it's not blocking her or anything. So if that's gonna be like here, sign. Yeah, I can do that. Maybe I'll just look for street, like something like what are these things? A cone? A cone. It'd be great to have something in front of her. Something like that. I don't know if that's gonna look real, but right here. Yeah, let me replace my background video with the actual video so I can actually movie clip open, see that that one. It's weirdly rotated. Rotation. That's super weird. Fit. Crop. Fit. I don't think that's right. What was it? Oh yeah, Sketchfab plugin. You need to check it out. I never looked at the plugin, but I do use Sketchfab like all the time. So I don't know what the plugin is all about. If it's just like Blender kit, if it's like the same thing, I would like that. Yeah, so this is it. The timing is off right now, so don't worry about the timing, because all this explosion, all that stuff is gonna happen like way later. And it's gonna start happening like when she is like here. This is when the explosion happens. Why is this cone so massive? It looks like gigantic. They would be like next to her. It's like way too big. This is something I don't like to do usually, to scale things. Susie says, I don't understand the stop sign. I thought the cars are not allowed in there. A don't enter sign would be more appropriate. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I need to figure that out. Right now I'm just placing things just to see if it would fit, if it works, or if it's just stupid. Yeah, that definitely doesn't work. Stop sign I'm also gonna remove. Just want to put some kind of foreground objects, but I don't think any of this is gonna work. She's like blocking the entire shot. Hütchen ist auch gut. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna put anything there, because that's like one VFX things. What you always want to do is like you layer your things. You have like in the background, I said it earlier today, you have in the background, you have your explosion, then you have your image, you have your video, and in front of this you want to have some CG again, and in front of the CG maybe some real smoke, and then add like some camera shake on top of that, and maybe lens flares on top of that, film noise on top of that. So layer all those different things so people don't know anymore what's real and what's not. It's something like Blender Kit, but it shows one model at a time. Yeah, I'll check it out. Like I said, I do have it, Sketchfab, I have it here. Like I just downloaded this dinosaur model. It's still a secret. Nobody knows about the next scene, but I downloaded this one. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not getting closer with my problem here. What could I put here in the foreground? I'm just gonna look for streets, and it usually gives me good ideas. Yeah, the problem is all those trash cans and stuff like that always looks way too new, like unusable. I could like use it and then make it dirty and stuff like that, but then I have to spend too much work on these things. Slow sign would make sense, but this sign just doesn't look real. I don't even know if this, excuse me, or if this sign actually exists in real life. I think this what I said with the stacking and sandwiching and stuff like that. I have it already because she's like blocking the entire frame. What is this? Restricted area. Let's do the cone. Let's give the cone one more chance. Which one of those cones looks the realest? Oh, this is not bad. Those don't look bad at all. I'm gonna just use one of them. They're all dirty. Hold on. Come on, show me your true color. Okay. This one is basically new. I assume this one is like half new. This is like old. Yeah, okay. I like that. This one basically has the colors of... Yeah, this is good stuff. I'm gonna delete this one. I'm gonna delete this one. I'm gonna keep this one. Still, why are those so freaking gigantic? Those are not that big. Yeah, she just can't run through this. This is important. So I'm just gonna place this here. Your brain is stuck at marshmallow? What does a marshmallow even look like? Aren't those just marshmallow? Aren't those just, yeah, those things. Your brain... You're a funny guy. I'm not gonna make a marshmallow in this scene. But maybe one day I'm gonna make a marshmallow for you. I dare you. You make a marshmallow scene and send it to me. Or post it on my site. It's like my fan favorite pick or something. Brain is stuck in marshmallow. Get out of here. Okay. I like... Sorry. I'm getting tired. I like how this texture is basically... It looks like it belongs in there because it's like all dirty and stuff. I'm gonna rotate it a little so it's like not perfect. Yeah. It might be a little too color. The red might be a little too strong. Too saturated. This is the base color. This is the red. Yeah. So I'm gonna just remove the saturation just a little bit. Yeah, it's better. Okay. Okay, I think I'm done with this scene. I'm just a little surprised. Why is this? Let me turn this off. Gas explosion off. Smoke off. I just want to play this. Oh. This is playing in slow-mo, isn't it? Are you moving slow-mo, Lynn? Is that what you're doing? Boo Boo Chang. Oh yeah, Boo Boo Chang, he's a game streamer. He's my friend, Josh. He says, it's your noise gate that's too high, I think. That's why you cut in and out so hard. Fun stuff. Check this out, Boo Boo Chang. What I've been... This is the explosion I'm using. No, I don't have the explosion here anymore. This is just the smoke. This is like basically a dust wave coming towards the camera. And obviously you can't see it in full speed, but this is basically it. I have like a little explosion there in the background, and eventually I have to composite all that together. I mean, of course, it's like always hard to imagine what it's going to look like, but you get the idea. I have two different explosions. I have one explosion. And one shockwave. This is my explosion. Yeah, this thing is just like a collaboration. The girl here, this is Lynn, dear friend of mine. She lives in Santa Monica, and she was like, hey, let's do a collaboration. And so she sent me this clip today, and now I'm adding an explosion in the background. I just have to work on the shockwave a little. I need the shockwave to start where the explosion is. It better. The problem is this stuff doesn't have any green screen, so I have to fake green screen behind her. Then maybe it's gonna work better. Yeah. But thanks for tuning in. Did you finish your game? Boo Boo Chang, he was streaming a very cool game called Inside today. We finished it. That took like, what, 4 hours? That's not bad. Yeah, and tomorrow, everybody who wants to play, watch me play video games should subscribe to Boo Boo Chang. And I'm gonna be probably being in Grand Theft Auto with Boo Boo Chang tomorrow. Yeah, so also we're gonna be there and make this explosion for real in Grand Theft Auto. That's the plan, at least. Alright, I looked at it too many times. I'm calling it. I'm gonna render this thing out, hope for the best, and the next job is to rotoscope her out and all those objects here. I can do that while it's rendering. New object, render. Yeah, I'm definitely getting tired. I don't know how you do that. Hey, Ina, welcome to my stream. Are you face camming tomorrow? I'm not gonna be streaming. I'll just play with you. You're gonna be streaming. Ina said, "Oh, you're still busy or busy." Yeah, I guess it's busy. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be streaming. I'm not gonna stream on my YouTube. I keep this world separate, but grinding is the word. We're still grinding. If I ever stream like video games, I would do that on a separate channel. But yeah, no, I'm just gonna be there to support you, and because that's what I do. I support my friends. In case you haven't noticed. Okay, I need the shadow catcher as on a different layer. What I need to do is compositor. Okay, so shadow catcher is my compositor. I don't need the compositor. I need the file output nodes to render this scene out. The image goes into image. Let me just delete that, and let's get the viewer so we can actually see. Okay, this is the viewer. Drink some water, mate. Why should I drink water? I have water. Boo Boo Chan, I can't wait for you to see my Grand Theft Auto character, because he actually exactly looks like me. Has a pink beanie and everything, and also drives a Mustang. You know, wears jackets, shades like this, and what else does he do? Wears a black leather jacket, so it's basically me, and has my name. I'll be done by 10, and it's the party is in Glendale, so I still have to get home, and it takes like an hour. He was 360s. It's virtual you. It basically is. So I think I'll be there at 11, unless the party sucks, then I'm going to be home earlier. Okay. Did I do everything right? Oh, no. So, here. You know how in normal software you just hit on render or export and it's done? Here, no. You have to make a whole node setup to actually render this thing out. So what I need to do is like, this is my scene. This is everything what's in here. This is my scene. And this is my image. So I have an alpha, I have an image. So image goes into image, okay? Now, when I open this, this is this correct? Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. But I don't just want my image, I want my shadow separate, so I can adjust the colors of my shadows separately. So that's why I make another node and another input, call it shadow, and the shadow catcher just goes into the shadow. And I can show you here when I bring the shadow catcher into my viewer, I can see just my shadow, and now when I render this, just one image. That's good that I'm rendering just an image, because I still have my character here, which I obviously don't want. But it also gives me a good idea how long it's actually going to take. Right now it's taking 16 seconds per frame, so that's definitely going to render all night. For sure. And but when I here, for example, I go on shadow catcher, that's just my shadow. See? You can see him very well. So I can just adjust my shadows separately, which is very cool. Combined. Okay. Gone. Alright. That's basically it. Now, after I hit on render, just check those settings one more time, because 16 frames, because I always do the math. 16 frames per second, 16 seconds per frame is what I'm trying to say. And we have 470 frames times 16 seconds. Yeah, that's 9,120 seconds of rendering. So is it divided by 60, so I have the minutes? I'm so bad at this, I'm so bad at math. Okay, let's try this again. 16 frames, 16 seconds per frame. Okay. I have 570 frames. Times 16 seconds. Yeah, that's 9,100. Okay, let's make this easier. Let's go on Google. Google, tell me what 9,120 seconds in hours and minutes. So I don't have to think anymore. Okay, it's actually not that bad. It's 2 hours and 50 minutes. To 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's how long that would take to render. So that tells me that I can crank the settings a little, because I just want it to be done by the morning. So when I render an image now, "16 seconds is when you have very little amount of VDB." This is also a good point. Actually, no. This is like at 74. I have a lot of VDB going on. Not as much, but let me go to a frame which actually is gonna, like, the explosion is the biggest. Like, I just hope we're gonna see the explosion. Yeah, looks fine here. Yeah, no, I have a lot of VDB going on. Okay, this is like a big amount of VDB, 72. Let's render one more image. And I increase the noise threshold to, what is it, 0.05, which is not bad, which is not perfect, but not bad. For a video like this, it's like more than enough. And we're gonna see in a few minutes how long that's gonna take. I believe it's gonna take around a minute, maybe 45 seconds. Yeah. There you go, 30 seconds. Just don't see any fire here in the background. Let me get rid of this stupid Miho. I don't need this guy. Oh, there's the fire. Okay, let me render this. Yeah, I'm terrible at math. Like, in general, I always been, and I don't think I'll ever understand numbers. I wish I wasn't like that, but I'm just stupid. My noise gate is too high, you said. Yeah, I played with those settings like a lot, and but I also have this super loud computer next to me, so I had to find like a happy medium. And on this microphone, I can like adjust the volume and stuff like that, and it's everything is on high. I increased the microphone on high, in the computer itself on high. Then I also had to add a gain. So I don't know if it's like I don't have the proper sound card or something. I don't know. I googled it. I'm not very. I couldn't find anything when it comes to sound. The graphics card is worth it. Yeah. But I think it does sound better when I speak directly into the microphone. I don't know if you can hear the difference right now, but when I tested it, that sounded way better. But it's like hard to talk into the microphone like that all the time. I have it like here on the table, which is a little further away. But I'll figure it out. I just have to figure it out. Okay. Anyways, let me finish this up, because my work is like only halfway done here, like the compositing. Uh, uh, yeah, I'm gonna work on those sound things tomorrow or so. Yeah. Also, this is a $30 microphone. It's very cheap. I don't want to spend money on stuff I don't make money with, unlike this computer. Stupid. Jasmine says, sorry, most media. Oh, Jasmine is on her way, leaving the stream. Thank you for stopping by and all the good stuff. I appreciate all the support, as usual. But now I'm gonna hit on render and you can't stop me anymore. Yeah, alright. Now I have to go in After Effects and start the compositing process. So I'm gonna start with the image I created. This is the image background. See, I just removed all the people in Photoshop. Hey, how about make cone a get and it's gonna fly by behind her back with some flame? Oh, having like a cone. I guess I could do that. But I'm just too tired to be honest. It's late. I just want to get it done. But it's a good idea actually. But there would be like a whole new process. So what I need to do is need to bring her on the foreground. So I'm going to duplicate my layer here. And I need to separate her from the background. So I'm going to use the rotor brush tool. I hope I can use the rotor brush tool even though I'm rendering in the background, but it should be fine. On the very first frame, draw all over her. Make sure I only have her. It's going to be difficult because it's like hard to say what's her, what's not. And now I have to do this, what I just did, frame by frame. This is what happens if you don't have green screen. Okay, I'm going to rest. Night, broski. Good stream. See you tomorrow, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Yeah, you see this? It's no good. I have to really go in there, frame by frame, making sure that everything is okay. See, like now there's negative space. And that has to be drawn out. If that was a green screen shot, obviously that would be like very simple. Just remove the green screen, but it's not a green screen shot. So I have to do that by hand, and that is the main reason why I'm live streaming right now, so I don't have to do that alone, and I can hang out with you people, and you can keep me motivated and focus. Yeah, actors, they have no idea how close you actually get to like people, like how close you get to people's faces and stuff like that. Like this is like bad quality, of course, but very often, you know, I'm like right in their faces, you know, like very, very close. It's like actually very intimate. You wouldn't think that as a VFX artist, or even like as a photographer, even like when you have a model, you took pictures, you have your model on your screen, and then you're like in their face, in their teeth, cleaning up their teeth or skin or all that, all those imperfections. Like those models or actors, they have no idea how close you actually get to them. So it is obviously one-sided, but it is very intimate. Yeah, and all that, which is not going to be perfect, we need to try to save with some extra stuff. Especially because the dust cloud is passing us. So it has to, first it has to be behind her, but eventually it has to come in front of her. So it's going to be a whole other challenge, which I'm not going to do tonight because the render is going to take a few hours. So this is something I have to do in the morning. And here I don't even know, is that her shoulder or is that the background? It's not moving. This is definitely what she's holding. The thing is like hard to tell because it's like so pixelated. But the good thing is if it's like so hard to tell for me, even though I'm like right in here, then also the audience is not gonna see it. Like this thing, for example, this is like annoying stuff. And it's just here, this is not part of what I want. You see, this is, and what I'm doing here, this is called rotoscoping, right? And in the Hollywood film industry, this is a whole job. It's called rotoscope artists. And this is literally all they do. All day, every day, they cut out people or things out of shots. That's all they freaking do all day. Can you imagine? Like just this? I had weeks in my life where I was just doing that one thing. I went crazy. Like now I have to do that for like 30 minutes, and that already drives me crazy. You don't notice until you get to that part. Pen tool. I have done this in Nuke. Yeah. I don't know how Nuke works like this. I've used Nuke, but not like in depth like that. Yeah, there's also a pen tool here, of course. It's like right here. But stuff like that is easier or better with the rotor brush tool. Because then, again, I could just play it. And you see it's like doing a lot of stuff, like automatic. Not everything, of course, but a lot. Yeah. Now that you said a couple of times I should drink some water, now I'm getting thirsty. I'm actually running out of water. Can you believe this? I drink this entire thing in this live stream. How long have I been live for? Let me see. 2 hours and 36 minutes. Yeah, my live streams are usually like around 3 hours. Yeah. It's actually amazing how much the software can figure out itself what I want to rotoscope and what not. Obviously, it's not perfect, but it is very close. You gotta feel the pain of roto. You will work whole just to do one frame, yeah. And people, like normal people, they will never understand how much work that actually is. Because now they just see, oh, AI can do this, AI can do that, but the things AI can't do, like stuff like that, well, actually, I've seen some impressive stuff where AI can rotoscope things, but it's just not there yet to use that for the real industry. Look at her. She's an actress, and she's like putting like all her acting skills into this scene. She's trying so hard to look like serious. It's cute, actually. It's cute that she was trying so hard for some stupid stuff like that. Yeah, I think I'll have to redo this whole thing. It's not good work, but I'm just too tired to focus. My eyes are hurting. But in case you wonder, we're 33 frames in. It takes like 56 seconds per frame right now, and that's fine as long as it's done in the morning. I'm not worried, so I can finish the scene up tomorrow. I got an influencer work. She sent me 300 gigabyte data and said to do it in 20 minutes. So she sent you 300 gigabyte of files, like video files, I assume, and she wants like 20 minutes of video. Yeah, that sounds like a big job. You can charge a lot of money for that, especially if she's an influencer. You're bad at typing. Yeah, same. The problem is like if all those people were just not here, you know. All, yeah, normies think it's magic. What does normies mean? I don't understand normies. Ugh. Cool. Normies, normal people. Yeah, they think you just push a button and everything happens automatically, but it doesn't. And that's a problem because if that's what they think, look, one push of a button and the background is gone. It doesn't look bad, but it's definitely not perfect. You see this flicker here? I just wonder if I can just go with the people until here. And then when all the dust and explosion comes, the people maybe disappear or something. I don't know. Or maybe the flicker doesn't matter. But we're gonna see. Once all the explosion stuff is there, then I'm also gonna add like camera shake. And maybe some acids, smoke acids in the foreground. Action essentials. Smoke. No, what am I looking for? Dust, dirt, dust elements. Dust wave. That's always a good one. So stuff like that, I'm just gonna put in the foreground. So once the smoke wave is coming, like somewhere here, I'm gonna have that just in the foreground, like somewhere here. Just to embed everything together. Susie says, don't you want to go to bed? Or do you do the sleeping thing just like with the food, that you only sleep just a little bit every few days? Yeah, for people who don't know that, I fast a lot, so I only eat like 1 meal a day, 1 meal every other day, or 2 meals a week, 1 meal a week, something like that. But no, with the sleep, I don't do it like that. Usually I try to sleep 8 hours every day, and more or less always the same, because sleep is probably the most important thing you can do for your health. But yeah, it is getting late. I just try to finish as much as I can. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine. Oh, sometimes there's people. What is this guy doing here? Get out of here. Yeah, so I will need to clean a lot up. But also my computer is rendering the Blender scene right now, so it's not the fastest that it can be. Yeah. But have some rest, you look tired. Yeah, I am tired. Do I really look tired? I hate looking tired. But that's how it be. The thing is, I had to start this live stream so late because most of my audience are European or Indian or something like that. So if I went live on like a regular time, where, you know, like 6 p.m. my time, I wouldn't get that many people in here. And I did have a very good audience today, I gotta say. Like 11 people at once, which was awesome. And for some reason, I don't know why, but my live streams, they do better view-wise than my actual videos. Like, for example, I posted a video today. I got like 50 views. 50. It's crazy. I spent like a whole day on this. Or like, actually more, like 3 days or so. And 50 views. And then I go live for 3 hours, I get like 200 views. How's that fair? Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's like intimate. Like, see how close I'm getting to her butt and stuff like that. I always feel like I'm like a pervert, you know. But it's just like I have to check the edges, you know. It's just part of the job. Just being like very close to her, or sometimes to him if it's a guy. But yeah. And of course I have to do that for every single frame, not just for one. Oh, I did comment on your previous live video about a workflow. It's I think it's awesome workflow for relight and After Effects. Using normal map of your character, relight. Yeah, I get that feel when you get to that part. What do you mean by relighting? Can you walk me through this? What you mean exactly? It does sound interesting. Also, the problem is I have like 2 computers running right now, and it's getting very hot in my room. Shoot, I have my window open and everything, but it's getting very hot. Like how to use light warp to relight your character to color match in After Effects, or is that like a Blender thing? In After Effects. So tell me, how do I do that? I mean, it's probably if I have like a CG character or something in my real life scene, right? That's what you mean? So nothing I would do right now. I'm really tired. Oh. I will comment all that source in your latest video. Tomorrow morning you can check them out. Okay, thank you. I will check it out. Okay, I'm gonna call it for now, but what I want to show you is I don't know how many frames I have so far. I have 56 frames, so I do have some kind of explosion going on. So I'm just gonna import those frames I have, just so you can take a look at, you know, what it's gonna look like more or less once it's done. Because I don't want to leave you hanging without any kind of result here. And shadow also import. Okay, this is my explosion. Then of course this is my video. I need to bring this on top of everything, and I have to cut out these buildings, of course. I'm I'm gonna do that real quick. Of course, once it's the real thing, it has to be like more exact. But just that you get the idea what we're doing here. So this is what it's gonna look like. Yeah, it's obviously it's not perfect right now, but something like this bomb explosion in the background. And of course I have my Lynn. Where is Lynn? This Lynn? Yeah. And we're gonna have Lynn in front of that. So something like that. Once it's done, you're gonna you get the idea. But all this is actually gonna happen later. Where is this? Here. Oh no, there is an explosion going on. See, that's why you see how important it is to actually rotoscope it perfectly, otherwise it's not gonna look good. But you see the vision. You see what I'm trying to do here. She's like, la la la, I'm just walking around eating my thing, and explosion, oh no. I of course haven't rendered the entire thing yet, but you do get the idea. Okay. I'm calling it because I'm really am super tired. Where's the thing? Okay. Live stream phase, there we are. Oh my ass. Alright guys. We've been live for 3 hours. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you had a great time. I did have a good time. I always do. This scene, I'm gonna finish the scene tomorrow or the day after, so you definitely can find it in my YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels. That's where you're gonna find it first. My Instagram is always a little later. Yeah, but it's gonna be cool. I think we'll see. Cut out the Ferris wheel. I thought it was gonna happen in front of it. The explosion is gonna be in front of it, and the wheel is gonna be behind it. I think, but I'm gonna see. I can have some parts in front and some parts behind. I could do that too, but I'm gonna see. But you guys, thank you so much for watching, and make sure to check out my latest YouTube video. Next one is coming in a few days. Yeah, thanks so much. And anything else? Did I forget something? I don't think so. Everybody who's going to bed, have a good night. Everybody who's about to start their day, have a beautiful day. And everybody who is in the middle of their day, keep going. You know, you're almost there. Cheers, and see you when I see you.